As you can see, these bees, they love the flowers. They love collecting the pollen from both the lavender plant and the rosemary too. Hey guys, it's Ivan Barnes here. Today's video is how to plant a shrub. Okay, we've got some lavender here. We're gonna get these guys in the ground. I've got about 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's plant some shrubs. All right, guys, so quick little backstory here. You can see I had to replace the foundation in the front of my house. We had some cracks, some structural damage from the gutter not draining right. It's creating a lot of water here that pooled down and over time damaged the concrete. This house was built in 1951. So anyhow, the landscaping that we had here used to be really nice. But it was torn out. We put it in buckets. We tried to salvage it, but it just didn't last. So I picked these up at our farmer's market down at Wilson Park. We've got a rosemary right here, and then we've got a French lavender over there that we're gonna get in. And this is what they're gonna look like. This is the French lavender, a nice, healthy, doing well. And then this over here is the rosemary. That's, I mean, amazing. Look at the bees that are on it. The bees just love these. It's just very nice decorative landscaping in front of the house. So we got to keep this same vibe going all the way over. As you can see, they get big. So read the instructions and space them out. I would have liked to have these guys spaced a little bit further. So when we're spacing your landscaping, that's a first consideration. I like to lay them out like this in the pots and space them out. But usually, you know, they'll say it's going to be about 3 feet. And if it says it's going to be 3 feet in diameter, then definitely give it that 3 feet. Know that these are going to get big and bushy. So, all right, next step is to start digging. This, guys, chunks of concrete, probably from when they were cleaning out the old foundation, but plants don't grow in concrete, so if you're digging down in there and you get some big chunks of concrete, get those out. Soil's looking pretty good though. Here it's nice and dark, has a nice smell to it, you know, should be nutrient rich. Then when you dug a hole, stick your plant down in there. Okay, it should be probably a little bit wider around the edges. You want the soil to be loose around the edges so that the roots can extend out wide and get a nice base, you know. If you just dig a little hole like this, it's like the plant is just growing in a pot. You know, if it's hard soil all the way around, it's like you're just planting your plant in a pot, and it's not going to get as big and bushy and grow to its full potential. But if you dig nice wide diameter around your plant, then and deeper too. You want to dig deeper than your pot. So we've got some more digging to do, but little tip there: if you want your plant to flourish and reach its full potential, which it wants to do, then do a little extra digging. You'll thank yourself later. Okay, now look at this. Boom, deep in there. I've got plenty of room. I've dug this hole deep and wide enough for the plant. Okay, so now we bought some soil amendment. We're gonna go ahead and mix the soil amendment, put some food basically into this soil, some extra food and nutrients to help our shrub grow. Garden soil for flowers, vegetables, organic plus. It's got fertilizer, all kinds of good stuff, man. Go ahead, just throw some down in the hole. Throw some into the soil. Okay. Now you're gonna want to take some of this soil here. Make sure I'm not throwing any concrete back in there. And then just turn it with the shovel to mix it. Same here. Just turn it with the shovel to mix it in there. All right, let's gauge the height. Okay, so right now the soil level of the plant is sitting a little bit below the soil level of my yard. So ideally you want the soil level of the plant slightly higher. I mean, right at the same level, but slightly higher than the level of the dirt in your lawn or wherever you're planting. And the reason there is so that the roots, the surface roots, can continue to get oxygen. So we want it to be a little bit higher. So we're just gonna go ahead and add some more soil on the sides. Okay, I like that. This is nice right here. It's a good level. Do you like it? It likes it. And now's the time too, when you got it in at the right level, before you start backfilling the soil, you can rotate the plant too to see how you're gonna like it. For us, it's gonna be facing the street, some curb appeal. So I'm gonna put the wider section like this, facing the direction where we're gonna be seeing it. So nice, it's looking good. A little more. Okay, so now it's time to take the plant out of the bucket, and this can vary. It can be really easy if the plant is a lot smaller. If the plant has been living in your bucket for a while and the roots really get bound up, they're the root ball, it could be trickier. But what I like to do is just kind of like this, pound it, rotate it around. Okay, and then turn it over on its side and gently pull. There we go. So you want to keep the root ball intact. So try not to be too rough with it to get it out. But you see that the roots here are pretty wound up. So what you can kind of do is massage it here. Hear that crack? This is actually a lot tighter than I thought, so let me show you a little trick. Since this root ball is so tight like that, what we're gonna do is go ahead and use a knife and get in here and just go ahead and cut a little section like this. Okay, and then we're gonna do that over here too, just to loosen this up. We're gonna just do 4 of these in quarters. Okay, so then, and then just massage it a little more. You hear a little bit of some cracking in there. It's okay. Loosening up the soil, loosening up these roots. This is a transplant here. It's got a new home. You got a new home coming, buddy. All right, and then bottom too. Loosen up the bottom of the roots. Ha, look at that. When they first planted it, get that plastic out of there. Okay, more. All right, there you go. You don't want to disturb it too much, but enough to where these roots are going to open up and get ready. And then once you're in, you can go ahead and backfill. Again, I'm using a mixture here of amendment and the soil that was already here. I like to keep the amendment right here by my side when I'm planting, because then, you know, if I feel like, oh, let's give this guy a little more nutrients, a little more food, then you can go ahead and do that. Oh man, I didn't rotate it though the way I wanted it. see if we can get a little rotation in here. Ah, there we go. Okay. All right, you good? You good? You good, buddy? I think so. I think so. Don't forget to talk to your plants too. You know, it's nice. They need that reassurance. Reassurance? Is that a word? Reassurance. Yeah, they need that reassurance, you know? This is a traumatic time in a plant's life, being transplanted. So we're doing good. You're doing good. You're amazing. You're beautiful. And you're going to thrive right here. Okay, now we got the soil around here. Now I like to just pat it down around the sides and make like a donut around the plant. Okay? Like a little ring that slopes down so the water's gonna hit when the water's gonna collect and it's gonna go to the plant. Okay, then you can use your foot and come around, pack it down a little bit more. All the way around. Now you can see what I'm doing with my foot here. I'm just leveling out some of the soil around the edges and the sides. Again with your foot, kind of angling down. Okay. All right, guys, he is in the ground. Wow. These rosemaries really smell amazing. They're really good for cooking too. You can use these rosemary sprigs. Look, we have our rosemary planted in there nicely. And the lavender, French lavender. All right, so these might look like they're spaced a little far now, but they grow. All right, guys, after you get your shrubs in the ground, go ahead and give them a nice drink of water. All right, guys, here's a final look. They just had a nice drink of water. Wow, look at that. The bee is already going there for the lavender. See that? They love these lavender. This is a French lavender. Amazing. All right, lavender, I hope you have a beautiful life here. I know you will. Grow big, be prosperous, be all you can be. I don't even have to tell you, you already know. You too, rosemary. All right. Okay, this is about 2 weeks later. I think these guys are doing great. I mean, just look at the lavender here. All of the flowers on it are just pointing up. You can tell it's got some nice trigger pressure, I think is what they call it there, so those can stand upright. But yeah, rosemary is looking great too. So it'll just all fill out here, be nice and full. All right, guys, that's a wrap on today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Drop a comment below, hit that like button. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.